Yes. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this from. I just wanted to be sure that I'm live. Okay. Yep. I guess this is the first time I'm actually going on live on my personal Instagram handle, and I'm super excited to be here. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year. So, yeah, I'm live this evening and I'm really excited to be here. Hello, Miss Gladys. How are you? How are you doing this evening? Yeah, sending you a wave, sending you hearts and love. How are you doing? Yes, Happy New Year to you. Thanks so much for joining me first today. Before I kick start, hello. Fun to Learn Kids Club. So these are the grams people on the gram. How are you, Tokbe? Happy New Year. It's good to see you first time in the year virtually. Happy New Year. Yes. So I actually started this series since 3 days ago, and this is the final part of the series, and it is about making the best of the year 2024. Wow, amazing. Doctor, please, can you help me tell them on the tribe that we are live, and as many people that would like to join, they can actually join in before I go ahead to shoot. Happy New Year, sis. How are you and the family? Okay, so I think I will be getting started with immediate effect so that we won't have to delay, and anyone that's kind of maybe miss one or two things can actually get to watch the replay, can watch the replay. So yes, we started, or rather I started the series on making the best of 2024. The first live session was on my personal Facebook page, that is Toyin Samemehelu Core Skills, and in the first session I shared the first 4 ideas on how you can make the best out of 2024. And yesterday I was on LinkedIn. You check my LinkedIn page, Dr. Mrs. Toyin Sam Emehelu, you get the next 4. And today I am actually going to be sharing the last 4 ideas, and it's been a very insightful time, sharing and what have you. Okay, so I'm going to kick off with the ideas that I started sharing. But I know that this is the form some people are actually getting. Was opened. That was sometimes in 2000 and this 2024. That was late 2022. Yes, exactly, late 2022. So I know there are quite a number of people that are following me don't even know who I am. We've not had an interaction. Probably they have a fair idea of who I am based on, checking my profile, my bio, checking some of the pictures on my timeline. So I'm going to introduce myself. Sorry, I have a bit of cold, so excuse me. So as I was saying, quite a number of people don't actually know who I am, or I've not have to come up live like this on my personal Instagram page. So my name is Dr. Toyin Sam Emehelu, and I'm a certified leadership coach and mentor. I have actually been mentoring and coaching in the aspect of leadership since 2017. Wow, that's going to almost 7 years now. And I currently serve as a senior special assistant to the Director General at the Charter Institute of Mentoring and Coaching Nigeria, where I'm also a fellow of the Institute. I'm a fellow of the Institute of International Management Consultants. I'm also a fellow at the Pan-African Consultants Association. Aside from that, I also happen to be the lead consultant at Core Skills Transformational Academy Limited, an organization an organization that is positioned to actually bring about transformation of individuals and organizations in Africa. Aside from that, I am also the training and development lead at Equip Nigeria. Equip Nigeria happens to be the John C. Maxwell non-for-profit organization. Welcome, Ada. Thanks so much for joining. Yeah. And so there I supersede training and development for the whole of Nigeria for the non-profit organization. If you have an organization, we run free trainings, free leadership trainings. If you have schools you want us to come in any part of Nigeria, you can slide into my DM and let us know. We'll come all for free. Yay! You're welcome, Lara. Almost saying. So I'm knowing the gram people now. So like I said, this is a 3-part series, and tonight we are concluding on this. It's been an amazing journey. I mean, for me, since Monday, and I'm so excited. No, since Sunday evening, rather. And I'm so excited that have all of you join me here tonight. So I started with the fact that when we want to make the best of 2024, the first thing we need to do is to reflect with intentionality. So you want to type that in the chat session if you can hear me. So I'm just going to touch on a little of what I've spoken about in my personal Facebook page as well as my personal LinkedIn page. So the first thing I said, is that you have to reflect with intentionality. Reflect about 2023 with intentionality. You want to go through all your goals for 2023, because the best way in which you can move and proceed forward, right, is when you're welcome, Madam Toyosi, all the way from Abuja. So the best way we can move forward and move with speed is you being able to look backwards and evaluate what went well, what didn't go well, what you could do better in the coming year. So please don't trash out all the goals of 2023 if you are yet to review and evaluate. What this does for you is reflection is very, very powerful. It's a tool that you would use to propound and look forward to the video. Okay, the future. I was seeing somebody trying to join my video, so apparently my mouth was moving faster than my brain. So secondly, I also mentioned the fact that it's also a very good time for you to revisit your long-term goals and vision. Like I was sharing that I designed something called the lifelong templates, which has helped me to be able to. Hello, Dr. Bimbola. Nice to see you on the call. Good evening, ma'am. Happy New Year. Thanks so much for joining in. And I said, this life goals template has actually helped me to plan the next 30 years of my life forward. And so I'm able to work with the end in mind. Like, we have one of my wonderful role models and beautiful author, Stephen R. Covey, when he was talking about the 7 habits of highly effective people, where he says, start with the end in mind. So then there's something called the law of long-term perspective, and it says that the farther you are able to plan, the farther you're able to think, the faster you're able to attain your goals. And so, like I mentioned, the first thing you want to do is to reflect with intentionality about 2023. What were the things that went well? What were the things that didn't go too well? How were you able to overcome a lot of challenges and see even most of your setbacks as learning opportunities? That is one thing I always love to do. So when it seems things are not working the way I want it to work, I'm able to quickly think about it and see how I can leverage and maximize that experience and not waste it. Every challenge is an opportunity for you to propel forward if you can look, closer and think deeper, right? So take, for example, something happened this morning that I wasn't too pleased with, and then I thought about it, and I felt, so how best can I handle this situation? Number one. Number two, what can I put in place to ensure that this situation does not repeat itself in the near future? So I was able to come up with some ideas on things to do. So that's the way we can always reflect intentionally about the previous year, and then we can propel forward towards the new year. So another thing I wanted us to talk about, which I know quite a number of us on the call have done, but if you are yet to do it, is that we need to set clear intentions for 2024. What is that thing that you really want to see? And I talked about not just talking about your doing goals, but there's something called your being goals. And the being goals helps you to focus on your growth, while the doing goals helps you focus on your goals. And I said something on LinkedIn yesterday, and I said that always focus on growth, because when you focus on growth intentionally, what happens is your goals get easily achieved, right? Because growth is a continuum. Growth is a continuum, and it is a force that easily helps you to achieve your goals. So let's focus on growth in this new year. Let's begin to see how we become that person that would have what we would need to have. So I can see Bridget Gorotz, thanks for joining in. Balkis, thanks for joining. Hello, Chisom. Wow. So the Gram people, I'm seeing all of you here. Thanks so much for joining in. Thanks for the hearts. I think red is the color for the evening. And then yes, I went further to mention the fact that I have been able to create an electronic book, which is, it's less than money for shawarma. And it's actually called the Goal Setting Skill Guide. And the beautiful thing about the Goal Setting Skill Guide is we have for adults, we have for teenagers, we have for school-age children, and we have for preschoolers. And it's as cheap as 1,000 naira. Can you imagine? Can you beat that? So it has a guide, it has a template that you can use for children across all ages. My kids have been able to use the one for the teenagers and the school-age children. And some other people have been able to buy their own skills guide. Is actually electronic copy. Is an electronic copy, so you can always print out, you can always download, and just walk around it. And it's actually 2,000 on our website, but we are currently running a 50% discount on all our ebooks, right? And it's been running since the Christmas time. It was supposed to elapse. That was on Sunday evening, but then my team actually said, oh, Dr. Toyin, let's just extend it to after the first week of the new year. Quite a number of people may not have been able to know about it, and that's part of the reason why I'm actually doing this live video, to create a lot more awareness so that a lot more people can actually get to use it. So it's just 1,000 naira, valid till Saturday this week. So if you are interested, please do send a direct message, and if we are actually friends on WhatsApp, please do share, send a message to me or on the admin phone on WhatsApp, and then you get a copy. Hello, the Eduvisionist. I think this is Salome, if I'm not mistaken. Thanks for joining in, and it's nice speaking with you earlier in the day. So another thing I also mentioned in the other part was we embracing a growth mindset, which has to do with being open-minded and reviewing challenges and seeing them as stepping stones towards success. And also on Facebook, that was 2 days ago, I talked about you ensuring that you prioritize self-care, especially for us as teachers. We want to take care of everybody. A lot of the people on the call are also women, so we want to be all things to everyone, but it takes someone that has taken adequate care of him or herself to be able to take adequate care of others. And this is very, very important. So if you are learning anything on the call, I want you to type a capital YES. I want to be sure that we are gaining something. A capital YES will encourage me. I'm seeing the hearts and the love, and I really appreciate it. But I think having a YES on the live chats will also encourage me and let me know that yes, I am making some sense, and quite a lot of us are learning from this evening's short chat. So please let's get it coming, and I'll be very excited to read from us. So we continued yesterday on LinkedIn, and part of what I shared on LinkedIn was that we have to thank you so much, Balkis. Thank you so much. I can see it coming. Thank you, Lara. Thank you, Mrs. Toyosi. Thank you so much for the encouragement. Yes, you are gingering my swagger. You are swaggering my ginger. Thank you so much, people. I really do appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. At this point, I also shared on LinkedIn yesterday that another thing I want us to do in the year 2024 to be able to make the best of the year is to build healthy habits. And I was sharing about something I read from The Atomic Habits by James Clear, where he talked about the fact that we rise to our level of habits and we fall to our level of systems. Okay, thank you so much, Cindy. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone. It's great to have you on the call. Wow, I never knew that Instagram is this very. Anyways, my first time of coming live on my Instagram page. So we have the company page, which is Core Skills Academy at Core Skills Academy. But this is my personal wall, and it's my first time being live here. So another thing I also shared yesterday was, we having healthy habits as regards our personal hygiene, healthy habits as regards our nutrition, being healthy in your spirit, in your soul, and in your body. So you have to be very intentional. And the beautiful thing about it is that you can even do two activities that will help to combine it. So take, for example, I take morning walks when I'm also having my morning prayers. So I have my earplugs in my ears while I join the morning prayers for the church where I attend, and at the same time I'm taking a walk. So within an hour I'm able to have over 5,000 steps every morning, and at the same time I'm able to connect with God intensively. So all right, okay. Oh, the education assistant said I should do more live on Instagram. Oh, really? Okay. Thanks for the feedback. I will consider it. Yay! Antonia is here again. Antonia, how are you this evening? Antonia has been following all the series back to back. I think I owe you a special gift for doing that. Thank you so much, Antonia. Right, your passionate teacher is also here. Hey, on the gram. On the ground. All right. So, and I also talk about practicing gratitude, reminding ourselves that in all things, yes, Antonia, I can see you. So I'm going to give you a gift after the live session. Please reach out to me on WhatsApp. Of course, you know what the gift is. It's an electronic book, okay? But I'm so excited that you were able to follow through the 3 days. Yes, so if you want to catch the full replay of everything I've been sharing, go to my personal Instagram page. That's Toyin Sam Emehelu Core Skills. Then you go to my personal LinkedIn profile. That's Dr. Mrs. Toyin Sam Emehelu. You get the full gist. I'm just doing a quick recap so that we can, finish up on time. I don't usually like my live sessions to be very lengthy, so that anyone that wants to catch the replay can easily just see that, oh, it's not that long, and can watch it at their own time. Yes, so I also mentioned the fact that we need to cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Antonia says that, yay, I know it's a book. Yes, I have a lot of them at my beck and call. So you let me know, and then we'll talk about that later. So as I was saying, another thing I said was that we need to practice gratitude, because gratitude actually helps us to foster a positive mindset. And then with the first positive mindset, we attract positive experiences, right? With positive mindset, we attract positive experiences, and that is actually very, very key in helping us to make the best of 2024. There's something that I've got to realize, that you have being knowledgeable is not enough. You must be able to attract the right kind of relationships that will propel you to be able to achieve things that your IQ can never and will never attain for you. There's a lot more power in people. So if you can attract positive people, you attract positive experiences. And one of the things that will make you attract those positive experiences is a heart of gratitude. In all things, give thanks. You didn't say, for all things. You don't necessarily have to give thanks in very bad things, but it says that in all things. That means even when you are in the midst of it, you have to choose to give thanks. Then I also spoke about, yes, the power of positive relationships, being able to intentionally gain access into, wow, 6379 Luciana, nice having you. Thanks for joining in. So I was talking about being intentional about fostering positive relationships, especially in 2024. And like I mentioned, some of it you can gain access into having positive relationships through free platforms, but the most powerful type of positive relationship that you can be intentional about and you can gain access is when you pay, right? No matter how little, no matter how much. I was sharing on the fact that I signed up for a boot camp, a 3-day boot camp for 1 million naira in 2023. And I bet you that community, every single person in that community are millionaires, and they are people of sound mind, and they are people of powerful networks. So when I was paying for that boot camp, it was not easy, but I just had to close my eyes to pay for it. But I can tell you vividly, I've made back my money. I have moved in my finances. I have moved in my level of relationships. So that brings to mind, we have a 5 days leadership challenge, which is kicking off next week, Monday. We've had people that have actually made payment for it already. I mean, Antonia is part of the people that have made payments, and she's already on the WhatsApp group. And what we are going to be sharing during the leadership challenge program is massive. You're going to be having access to videos on a daily basis where I'm going to be sharing a lot of insights about how to get started on your leadership journey. Oh, you may have even gotten started. You might have even been doing some things, but you are not so aware of it. So in the leadership challenge program, and it's just 10,000 for the entire week, you get a free ebook. It's a 365 days leadership journal where you can daily have insights about how to be a better leader. I mean, daily all through the year. And it doesn't have January 1st, 2024. It is January 1st. So you can use it again and again and again, especially if you are someone that you want to maximize your success in 2024. You have to hone your leadership skills as much as you can. If you are with me and if you can hear me, type in the Leadership Challenge 2.0. Type LC 2.0, LC 2.0, LC 2.0. I want to be sure that you are still with me and listening actively and participating actively. So type in the chat section LC 2.0. So 2.0 means that this is the second edition we are having. We had the first edition during Easter period. Thank you so much, Antonia. Thank you. I'm sure you can't wait for Monday. Thank you so much, Balkis. Thank you so much, Mrs. Toyosi. Yes, Mrs. Toyosi is also, she has made payments. She was already on the paid group. Yes, Mrs. Toyosi is already with us. And also during that week, you're going to have free daily podcasts, right? And then free daily worksheets. And then you're going to also be able to have social media visibility, because you are going to have to report every single day about what you learned from the videos. Thank you so much, your passionate teacher. Thank you so much, Coach Lara Omoseng. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys join the Leadership Challenge. It is an explosive, Dr. Toyin comes with a lot of value. And then, because you're going to be sharing everything. Yes, the enthusiast. Don't let me bite my tongue. Yeah, we look forward to seeing you at the Leadership Challenge. And then, of course, you're going to have an electronic certification of participation. Imagine having your first certificates just at the beginning of the year. I mean, you can always flaunt it and let people know that, hey, I have started moving, because today is already the second day of the year. Like I saw it on someone's status. It says, we have 364 days to 2025. What have you achieved with your life? And I couldn't help but laugh and say, God, I beg, we just started. But really, if you think about it insightfully, what have you achieved so far? So take, for example, I have achieved coming live on my LinkedIn page and Instagram page. Yep, yes. I can do the shakara like that. But that was on a lighter mood, and I was like, I beg, let people land first now. So if that was quite hilarious to you, I want you to give me the smile emoji, the smiling emoji. Yeah, so, and aside from that, we then have another 6 solid weeks of insights where I'll be taking us into a deep dive of our leadership journey. And some people don't actually have not understood themselves, so it makes it very difficult for them to lead themselves, number one, and lead others, number two. So yes, so Antonia and Gladys, you are feeling me. Yes. So in this deep dive mentoring session, so this particular mentoring program, this second one I'm talking about, is actually a 6 weeks mentoring program, and it runs from the 15th of January till the 29th of February. So this is our 21st edition. In other words, we started this core skills in mentoring way back in 2017. And currently we've had over 250 people participate in this beautiful, insightful 6 weeks immersion, intensive sessions. And what we have been able to do is we've added and enriched the curriculum. So we are going to start with the life audit analysis. So a lot of people don't actually know where they have been, where they are, and where they are planning to go. And that's a very tough one. And a lot of us don't even sit back to have a look, take a critical look at that. Then we're going to teach you about flexible goal setting skills. So, one thing I always, enthusiast. Please, madam, leave me alone. Let me know your name, because this your pronunciation is, it wants to remove my teeth this evening. So as I was saying, we have flexible goal setting skills. Like I always say, your why in your goal setting is the most critical factor. Your what, when, which, and how can always be flexible. So a plan is not a cast in stone. It's just a guide to provide you with structure to arrive at your destination. The most important thing, you must know your why, and you must be able to know what the outcomes should look like. Every other process is something that can be flexible. So we're going to be talking a lot more about that. Then you're able to discover yourself. We are going to we usually have over 7 psychometric tests that will help you to really, really identify who you are. And then we have our online courses. You have 6 solid modules on leadership, and you're going to get access for all of that when you sign up for the main mentoring program. All right. And then, of course, you're going to be able to network with like minds. I think one person has already paid. He paid, just after Christmas for it. And then you'll also be able to have another electronic certificate at the end of the 29th of February, and that actually is 160,000, but we are giving discounts for those that will pay 50% discount, a whooping 50% discount for those that will pay a week before the program. So that one, the mentoring program, is starting on the 24th. Sorry, what am I saying? Starting on the 15th of January. All right, yes. Thank you, Jare, Miss Agatha. I will pronounce this one very well. You see that your combination of words there. I wanted to break my jaw. Thanks for joining, Olayinka Olaton. Thank you so much for being with me this evening. So I look forward to seeing you. So like I said, if you have any inquiry about the 2 programs I just mentioned, thank you so much for Lauren Shaw for being a part of this session this evening. Please do send a DM and we will reach out to you as soon as possible. All right, so let me continue with my conversation. The last thing I mentioned was we being able to ensure that we are in the right community where relationships are fostered. See, it is not about I sabi, it's about following person who know road, right? Getting into network of people that you desire to be in. Right, and one of the easiest and fastest way is to pay for their program, pay for their mentoring program, enter into their network, and begin to soar right on their shoulders. Imagine you standing on my shoulder. How tall will you look? So gone are those days that you say, I am very cerebral, very intellectual. That's 19th century. In the 21st century, you leverage on relationships. You leverage on, what did I say? Relationships. The better the quality of people you have, the faster you are able to run. Because when they even share their knowledge with you, you are not on the same page. You are moved. Just know that. Don't let me say too much. And then I spoke about continuous learning. So today I'm going to be wrapping up with the next four, the final four. And if you are still with me, type yes, 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 yes. So I'm just going to the main idea of today's conversation. So if you are still with me, type yes, 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 yes. So the ninth idea I'm going to be sharing with us is in 2024, you have to be mindful of your time and energy. Like somebody said, he said, 2023 was one of the fastest year ever. So in 2024, you have to be circumspect about your time and your energy. And how do you become circumspect about your time and your energy? Is that you need to be intentional, prioritizing your task. What is most important per time? Stephen R. Covey has 4 quadrants where we have the important and urgent, the important and not urgent, the not important but urgent, the not important and not urgent. You have to be able to identify all these tasks and know that the one you should pay more attention to is tasks that are not urgent but important. What that helps you to do is helps you to be proactive, and it helps you to avoid being at the quadrants of important and urgent. Okay? Thanks for joining, Jafar. It helps you to avoid entering that quadrant. Now, the truth is that sometimes you are going to enter that quadrant because life happens, right? You are going to enter into that quadrant of important and urgent, especially when there's like an emergency with your health and things you never proposed. But 90% of the time, you are able to be mindful about your time and energy management when you are able to then identify items and things that are important but not urgent. So that is about time management. When it comes to energy management, you need to be able to identify how your body works. What time of the day are you most proactive? Are you most alert? Do you work, seamlessly? You have to be able to identify that. Okay, you have to be able to identify that, because if you don't identify that, what happens is that you don't prioritize those tasks that will help you to get things done faster. If you know you are an early morning person like me, take for example the greatest time I work, seamlessly oftentimes is between 4:30 a.m. till about 12 noon. Oh no, at that period I don't fix appointment to speak with people. That part of the day I invest more in myself, and then I get to do my top priority tasks. Probably I have a client that has paid us some huge amount of money and we have to get his or her work done. That is when I do those things, right? So all my other appointments for the day, I put them right anytime after 2 or 3 p.m. Like this live session, it's important, right? But then it's not my top priority task for the day. I've been able to do a lot of my top priority tasks for the day. And so this evening, I can actually come on social media and have a chat with each and every one of us, because I'm able to manage my energy, right? And it's been said that at least an adult should have a minimum of 7 hours sleep a day. And I'm sure a lot of people say, in this Lagos, how is it possible and all that. But hey, you have to be able to work around your timing. And if you are a leader in an organization, or you are even a middle leader, you have to learn how to delegate such that you don't wear yourself out too thin. So being able to be mindful of your time and energy management is very, very important. Thanks for joining, Temi Trophy. It's great to have you here. The second thing I'm going to be sharing tonight on the Instagram Live is that you need to embrace adaptability. You see, whether we like it or not, change is an inevitable phenomenon in life. And whether we like it or not, no matter how hard we have prayed in our various mosques or church at the crossover service, things are going to happen. Right? Things are going to happen. In fact, some of us, things are already happening. So you must be able to adapt. The ability to pivot and adjust your plans in response to evolving circumstances that will just arise is a key ingredient for success in 2024. So like I was saying, something happened this morning and I told myself, how best can I make the use of this experience that just happened this morning. Instead of me to have gotten angry, and be very, very irrational or having to blame the other party, I was able to put another system in place which I would not have originally think about or thought about if that thing did not happen. So you must be able to be, adapt. And that is one of the most powerful, how do I want to put it now? That is one of the most powerful attributes of we being a leader or being someone that is proactive, right? So the third point I'm going to be sharing with us is, my people, you need to create a system. Create a system. Like I was saying in the book that was written by James Clear, The Atomic Habits. So I know the next question that is in the heart of most of us is, what exactly is a system? So a system is what you put together that actually begins to make things work for you. So take, for example, the human body, right? The human body is made up of cells. Then we have tissues. I can still remember my my fundamental biology. Anyway, I studied education biology as my first degree. So we have the cells, we have the tissues, we have the organs, and then we have the system. So every one of us as human beings are made up of systems. The respiratory system, the circulatory system. Please help my ministry. If you can remember some other ones, please share with me. Don't say Dr. Toyin. We are actually having a chat. What else? Which other system do we have? Please now help me. Digestive system, the nervous system. I'm sound though. So what does this system does? They come together. Yes, thank you, Antonia. Digestive system. They all come together to ensure that our body is functioning effortlessly. So for an average person, you want to create your business systems. You want to create your family systems. You want to create your personal systems. You want to create, right, your emotional systems. You want to create your physical systems. So all of these, when they come together, they make you look like a superhuman. Because most of the time, what I get to hear is, Dr. Toyin, how do you do it? How do you parental system for those of us that have kids? Marital systems for those of us that are married. Relational systems for those of us that are single. So don't say, she's leaving us out. I'm not leaving anybody out. So what the various systems will help you to do is to be able to function at an optimal level, such that people are wondering, is she like us? Is she in the same world that we are living in? And that's one of the things I've been able to create as a person that has worked a lot for me, right? So even if you're an employee, create a work system in such a way that it helps you deliver optimally, right? If you're a business owner, create a system within your organization. If you're even still the only one, ask for volunteers, ask for interns. It will shock you at how people will respond. Yeah. So even if you are not buoyant enough to pay them full salaries, there are a lot of people out there that are looking for opportunities and places where they could serve and learn one thing or the other. All right. If you are a full-time, you are someone that works full-time, and at the same time you are running, like somebody said, I shouldn't call it side hustle. You are running like another business, right? Create a system for both and let people join you to volunteer. Yes, they might not do it the way that you want to do it, but it's been said that if somebody can do whatever it is you want to do 70 or 80%, then learn to delegate. And then finally, okay, not finally, I have one more. Plan to invest in coaching and personal growth, because the more you are able to grow, the better you are able to make the best out of the year. Okay, so as someone that has vision, investing in transformation is not just personal, it is a strategic move. and it has ripple effect on everything around you. Coaching brings fresh eyes to your strategies, your operations, your leadership. It provides you with structures and systems, like I've mentioned. It provides you with structured accountability. It provides you with the ability to be able to carry out your plans. And if utilized properly, coaching can give you the greatest return on investment. So make sure that as we have stepped into 2024, you prioritize your growth, you plan and budget for quality coaching and mentorship, because the money will never be enough. That's just the truth. And let me tell you the truth, if you are not ready and willing to invest now that the money seems not to be enough, when the money seems to be enough, you will never be able to enroll for coaching and mentoring programs, because it's like a habit. I remember way back 2010, 2009, 2008, I started paying for courses as much as 50-something thousand. Now, if you try to convert what that 50-something thousand was then to now, we are talking of almost about, the inflation rate is almost about more than 50%, right? And then it wasn't as if the money was there. There are times when I was even doing another thing to pay for that, and all, like they say, is history. And finally, learn to celebrate your achievements, both small and significant, along the way. What this does is it propels you to recognize your progress, and it motivates you to keep going forward. Let me tell you a secret that we do in my organization. We try to celebrate ourselves at the end of every month, especially when we are able to meet our goals, right? So setting business goals is another thing, but I think it's one of the things I want to develop a template for the year, and people can get to buy them. When we've achieved our business goals, especially when we've surpassed it, my executive assistant is here and she can actually attest to that. We look for a way to reward ourselves, buy something, go on an outing, just celebrate the milestones, because like they say, wahala I know they finish, problem you know they finish, work you know they finish. So whichever way you want to reward yourself, it doesn't even have to be monetary, right? You can even just reward yourself with a movie. The fact that you even achieved your goals at the end of the week, you can compensate yourself with an extra hour of sleep. For those of us that like sleep like me, right? You can celebrate yourself with something that you used to adore, your body, smell good, look good, whatever it is. Just look at for one thing that will fulfill you. And it's been advised that when you get paid, or when you get your salary, after you pay your tithe, for those that believe in paying tithes, you pay yourself next before you begin to settle other bills, right? I used to be very guilty of this, especially for those of us that everybody has one responsibility or the other at the family front. So even if you're not married, your parents are there, your siblings are there. But hey, my brother and sisters, pay yourself first. You work for the money, so you got to enjoy it. Okay, guys. So yes, I decided to then come up with another webinar, which will talk about leadership fundamentals on Saturday by 7 p.m. So if you'd like to join that webinar as well, that webinar is free, by the way. It's going to be holding on Zoom. I just thought about it and I felt, okay, what can I do? So by the way, we have the CITAL Tribe community, which is on WhatsApp. We are close to 400 now. If you'd like to be a part of the community, please do send a DM as well, and we would let you know how to be a part of that community. We have a link that we share with you on DM, because I know for Instagram, links does not usually work around, on the chats and what have you. So I'm aware of that. So please, your DM to all of us rescue. So like I said, on that community, we usually have free trainings back to back in the course of the year. It's like our own corporate social responsibility. And so it will be such a great pleasure to have you be a part of us, right? And that's where you get a lot of updates about our programs and everything that we do at Core Skills Transformational Academy. Please do follow our sister page too. It's on my bio. If you are not yet following us on that Instagram page, that's where we do the corporate things. But this one is we. I like to interact with people. I like to share my thoughts and have conversations from time to time. So, it's always a pleasure to connect with every one of us. And guess what? It's a great year already, and I'm so excited that, like, as in, like, I'm done with all the live sessions for this first week. But like, most of us have encouraged me, maybe I'll do some of Instagram live. And if you have actually, I'm actually done, so we are just gisting now. So if you actually gained something from this session, I want you to type in a capital YES. I am so grateful. You could have been doing 1001 things in this life that we are in now. To get people's attention is not easy, and for the fact that you are here with me, you've been here with me all evening, I do not take it for granted in any way. Sincerely, I must say that I'm very, very grateful. Thank you, Antonia, as usual. Hey, I'm owing Antonia a book. Oh. Hey, Jesus, Lord of God, don't worry. I have them in my archives. Just tell me which area of life you want me to share book with you. I will share with you. Okay, so please remember to join me on Zoom on Saturday, and there I have decided to make sure that I put something very, very solid for us. It's going to be 7 p.m. and that's 1 hour. So usually my Zoom sessions are 1 hour, but my live videos, I don't always want it to be more than, I don't even always like it to be up to an hour, right? Because I always want to make sure that people that get to watch the replay are enthusiastic, like somebody enthusiastic, like somebody shared, right? So on Saturday, please do join me on Zoom, and we are going to be sharing the Zoom link on our tribe, sister tribe. So please, if you'd like to join that tribe, it's a free tribe where we share a lot of things. So on Saturday, I'm going to be talking about leadership fundamentals, building a strong foundation for success in 2024. Leadership fundamentals, building a strong foundation for success in 2024. So 7 p.m. on Saturday evening. By 7 p.m., I'm going to be sharing insightfully on that. So thank you so much for everyone. Oh, wow. Mrs. Smith, you're just joining us, so you'll get to catch the replay. So thank you, everyone, and thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for staying back. Let me acknowledge everyone that was here once again. Thank you so much, Temitope, Fun to Learn Kids Club. Thank you, Oluwatoyosi. Thank you, Bridget, for being here as always. Thank you, Antonia, you've been following back to back, and it's been so exciting. Thank you, the e-workplace coach, my sister friend. we've been together way back. Coach Lara Omosei, thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you, Amaka. Thank you so much, Mr. Jafar. Thank you for Lawrence Shaw. Thank you, Olayinka Olaton. Thank you so much for being a part of the session this evening. I hope I've acknowledged everyone that joined in. Yeah, so at the point, Dr. Abimbola Ogundere also joined in. Thank you so much. Adeni Surajuddin, thank you so much for joining. I am very, very grateful. So yeah, I'll see Gladys. Yes, thank you so much for joining as well. So we see on Zoom on Saturday, 6th January 2024, 7 p.m. by the grace of God. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much once again for joining, and bye for now. So I'm going to be ending the live session now.